Hi everyone, I have just spent 1 week at Sandos Caracol Eco Resort and I wanted to share with you some of the pros that I thought were really great things about staying at this resort. After spending a week at Sandos, there were many things I really enjoyed about this resort. And if you want to see more about our time there and the amenities, I've also done a few other videos to document our experiences and link them in the description below. So check those out if you want a resort tour, room tour, food guide, or to see the Jade River cruise. And don't forget to subscribe for more travel videos, tours, tips, and itineraries coming soon. Now let's jump right into the 15 things I really liked about this resort. Number 1 is how big the grounds were. This resort is massive, probably one of the biggest resorts I've ever stayed at. It was nice to be able to walk around the grounds and actually have a change of scenery throughout the day. If you're looking for a more intimate resort feel or have mobility issues, then this may not be the resort for you, as there is a lot of walking required, especially if your room is located far from the attractions you want to be near. The second thing I liked was the foliage and nature. This resort is absolutely beautiful, and there are so many walking paths, natural elements, and greenery everywhere you look. It really had a nice atmosphere and felt like you were in the jungle. It was a nice change from some of the other resorts we've stayed at in the past that felt more like a concrete jungle than nature. And number 3 was the wildlife. To go along with the nature and foliage, there were tons of animals, both wild and animals kept in sanctuary areas throughout the resort. This was a big hit for me and my husband, and if you have kids, I'm sure they would love seeing all of the animals throughout your stay. The fourth thing I really liked about this resort were the pools. They had a main activity pool with a swim-up bar. It wasn't connected underneath the bridge, but on the other side was a spot where they played volleyball each day and led into a smaller fenced-off kiddie pool area. There was also another pool for adults only and a pool in the eco section of the resort. Plenty of options to keep your time at the resort interesting and give you a change of scenery. The fifth thing I liked about this resort was the adult-only restaurant. Actually, I may have loved it because this is where we had the best food of our entire week. Here we were able to order off a menu for breakfast and lunch and actually thought the food here was really great during the entire week. Number 6 is the adults-only section. We typically prefer to spend our time at the adults only pool because it's just quieter and much more relaxing. But for the first few days of our vacation, the adults pool was closed, so they transferred another pool into an adults only section. And now that this one's open, the other one is closed, so we're going to see if we can get some seats here. There was an adults only pool area that was nice and quiet and very relaxing. It got great sun and shade throughout the day, but it was quite a distance from the beach. And there was also an adults-only section at the beach for Select Club adults. There was a building with a bar and seating areas indoors, along with a pool table and very clean washrooms. And outside there was a section of beach chairs and lounge beds with great proximity to the water and sectioned off from the main family beach area. The seventh thing on my list is the water park area. If you're going with kids, I'm sure this will be a big hit for your family, but if you're going with adults, you still may enjoy this attraction. I went on a few of the medium and small slides, but there were even bigger slides for more adventurous guests. There was also a bar here at the water park and some food items for lunch as well. The eighth thing I really liked was the entertainment. The evening entertainment at this resort was pretty great in my opinion. One night per week they had a special show in the Sun Theater in the eco section of the resort. It had authentic costumes, fire, and music, and there was even a bar there where they were serving drinks. Every other night they held the show at the theater. I personally liked the theater shows the best because they were easily accessible and you could watch as you walked by or try to get a seat if you arrived early enough. There was a bar at the theater as well for drinks, and waiters and waitresses went around to take drink orders. Plus, if you wanted a snack, there were plenty of food vendors selling inexpensive snack options beside the theater as well. The ninth thing I liked was the variety of activities that this resort offered. You could visit different animal enclosures and petting zoo, go swimming in the various cenotes, take bicycles around the resort on the bike paths, go on a river cruise, do some water sports, and even participate in the various activities at the beach and the pool areas. You will not be bored at this resort unless you try really hard to be. The 10th thing on my list of things I really liked was the effort by the resort to be green. They used reusable plastic cups that were washed and had various receptacles around the resort to collect the used cups. They also didn't use straws at this resort, which for some people was probably annoying, but we really didn't mind it. Another way they attempted to be green was to promote not wearing sunscreen or other lotions in the cenotes, or using environmentally reef-safe sunscreen instead. This is to reduce contamination in the water and keep the environment clean for the wildlife. The 11th thing I really liked was the beach area. We've stayed at a few other resorts in the area and the beach was very narrow. I liked how at this resort it was very wide and spread out. There were lots of palm trees and shade, and the sand was nice and fine, and there weren't too many vendors hassling you to purchase anything. Unfortunately, the seaweed was pretty thick in areas, but the hotel staff were working very hard to keep the beach clean, and there were spots where it was still nice and clear for swimming. The 12th thing on my list was that there was bug spray located around the walking paths throughout the resort. So if you forgot to bring your own bug spray or just needed a little touch-up while you're in the eco areas, there was some available for you to use for free. I'd still recommend bringing something strong, as there were quite a few mosquitoes out in the afternoon and evening. As a non-smoker, my 13th thing I really liked was that they had designated smoking areas. Not everyone used these, but there were signs around that people should be using these designated spots throughout the resort. The 14th thing on my list was the variety of restaurants. I really liked that there were different types of restaurants and cuisines available. And while I didn't love all of the food, it was nice that there was a selection, as long as you made your reservations on one of your first days to secure your spots. And the 15th thing on my list that I loved about this resort was that you could use pool floats in all of the pools. As an adult, I've been to a few resorts that didn't permit pool floats unless they were being used by children. But here, anyone could use floats. And while it may seem like a small thing, it made me very happy. Now, those were just a few of the positive things that I wanted to highlight about staying at this resort. There are so many other good things about it, and it really depends on what you like the best and what makes the most of your trip. So I hope those can be helpful if you're planning your own trip here to Sandos Caracol. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more travel videos coming soon.